welcome to Haircolor Confessional. I'm Angela.
I'm Christine.
And today we have Miss Amanda Banda with us.
Hello.
She is Director of Marketing for Billy Bob's. She was a previous ticket manager there, and she graduated from Tarleton State University. Also, she is a lovely cat mom.
Yes, I am.
Welcome.
Hello, guys. How are you?
Welcome.
So excited to have you.
Thanks. I can finally be on here.
I know.
We're in season 3, and I'm just now.
I know. We're so excited to have you here, and we have so many questions. Where do we start?
So, okay, so Amanda and I have known each other for a long time.
Yeah.
I started doing her hair when she was like in middle school.
Wow.
13.
Oh my gosh.
So we're just going to say, we're going to round up and say a lot.
A long time.
A long time.
Notice her fabulous, lovely hair.
It's
I get
beautiful.
Tons of compliments on the color.
It's like a dark auburn brown,
Yeah, I think we mixed
right?
a violet. We mixed like an auburn violet and a dark brown together.
It's gorgeous.
So it's like Amanda's mixture,
Yes.
I should call it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get tons of compliments.
So Amanda, are you from Fort Worth?
I am from
originally?
Fort Worth, yes. I was born in Oklahoma. We got here as fast as we could. I think I was there for maybe less than 6 months. My family moved here in Fort Worth all the way.
So you've known about Billy Bob's for a really long time.
Yes, oddly enough, I did not even go there until I started my first day.
Wow.
I was like,
And
what's
how many
the
years
Billy
have you
Bob's?
worked there?
16 total.
16
Okay.
total.
It was my part-time job, summer job. I had another job in medical. It was my 9 to 5, and I wanted something fun. So I just went and picked up the summer job, and then I never left.
And it's the world's largest honky tonk.
That's right. The world's largest honky tonk, Billy Bob's, Texas. I think people think honky tonk means it's all country music, and
Right.
the majority is. That's our bread and
Yes.
butter, I guess you could say. But we have all kinds of things happening there.
Yes.
So when you started working there, you were selling tickets.
I was, yeah.
Did you do it because you wanted to be closer to the bands, or
100% closer to music in general.
Yeah.
Music's been in my life all my life. Since 6th grade, I played the clarinet all the way through high school. And I learned how to play the guitar. I know how to play some of the piano, a little bit of bass. I always wanted to learn how to play the ukulele. So music's just been in my life, right?
Oh, I
So
love that.
playing
You're musically inclined.
Right.
Yeah.
I even have musically motivated tattooed on my arms.
Yeah.
But when I started working there, I was excited. I was like, oh my gosh, new music. I was just getting into my red dirt country era. I started following Johnny Cooper, who I ended up going on the road with for a little bit.
Did a little promoting for him as
Yep,
well.
I started off, that was like how I kind of dipped my toe into marketing in general and PR. I did that for him on MySpace and
I
Twitter
love
when it was
that.
brand new and all the things. So yeah, that's what kind of, was the
Yeah,
the
because
lo-
it's
the
like
match
it got you in the
for flame.
door to get you around your
right.
favorite bands.
That is so right.
And then you get to listen to it for free.
Oh, yeah.
And then you got to draw in all your friends and family as well. How cool is that?
Including Angela, she comes there a lot now.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, I've been with her several times.
Yeah, yeah, it was that's exactly how it played out.
Yep.
I got to see a lot of my favorite musicians, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta meet them. And they'd be out there eating dinner or whatever at the restaurant. I'd be like, hi, can I take a picture? I was that person for a minute. But then when I got in the business myself with Johnny Cooper, I started meeting them on the other side of things and really trying to figure out how that music industry really is. And that's kind of helped me now in my career working in marketing at Billy Bob's.
So tell me, Billy Bob not only does country music, but it does pop and it does all these different genres, right?
We've even had, 100%. We've had hip hop there. We've had some rap artists there, like 2 Chainz. We've had hip hop like Nelly. We've had rock artists, obviously. Like we've got the old G's like Styx and,
Oh, wow.
38 Special.
Vanilla Ice.
Vanilla Ice came that one time. Oh my
Okay, and I
gosh.
have to
Kid
ask, what about
Rock.
Dolly
Kid
Parton?
Rock.
Has
Dolly
she
Parton
been-
has never played there. There was one time.
But Tanya Tucker.
Tanya Tucker many times.
Yes.
Dolly was going to play there one time back in the early 90s. There's still a lot of gang activity there in Northside, and that kind of scared her. She decided not to play.
Well, and now it's just cleaned up so much.
Now it's
and
so safe now.
They're in so many different phases in that Mule Alley that it's drawing
Oh,
more
yeah, that's
attention
awesome
to Billy
over there.
Oh
Bob's.
my gosh, yes.
Awesome over there.
Well,
It's
and not
very
only-
lively, all day and night.
So you guys have a rodeo inside the venue?
The bull arena inside.
bull arena?
Live bull riding. People think we have the mechanical bull. We do not. We never have. However, we do rent it for parties. If you're like, hey, I want to throw a big party and have a mechanical bull, we'll rent one for you. But live bull riding is the attraction inside Billy Bob's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I've
got a
done
gift
that a
shop,
couple
you got
times.
restaurants. We can even do line dancing.
Line
and
dancing lessons.
I keep telling her, I'm like, hey, we got to do that.
Line dancing lessons. Maybe.
They'll teach you. You don't have to have the chops already. You just come on in.
So what's the most fun thing about working there to you?
I think the most fun thing, one, is that I get to help create experiences for people. right? I'm in charge of I feel like I've been since day one in charge of really, making sure that when you come, you have the most memorable time you can as a guest. And so when I walk through the club and I'm like, that's ugly, I would want to look at that. Or that's cool, we need to put a light shining on that because people are going to want to take a picture in front of that. Or we have this new wall, it's all dedicated to the Let's Go girls and women in country. And it's a hot spot for pictures, right? Well, the lighting was terrible. And I was like, that's not fun. Take those down. Let's put some quality lights up for our quality photos.
There we go.
Right.
It's nonstop.
It's all about the pictures.
Nonstop. People taking pictures.
Now,
all
where
day.
is that set up exactly?
It's right by the Bull Arena. There's a ladies' bathroom right there. and
Oh,
it's
we
right
need to
across.
go over there
Okay.
next time because I didn't even know that was over there.
It was just put up probably last quarter of last year. So,
but I usually don't use that restroom over there. I usually.
Well, there's so many different stages in there. I know we go in the far back with a big stage, but how many stages are there?
Well, we have two main stages that we host concerts on.
Okay.
But it's a 100,000 square foot building. You could come in one corner and be over here and not even know that there's other things going on this corner.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like right now, our showroom's going through renovations, but that's one of the things that's like improving the guest experience. So like now when guests come, they're gonna have better sight lines to seeing their favorite artists on stage.
Oh,
on the
that's so
main
cool.
stage. Yeah.
Okay, so do you have a funny story to share with us?
I have a lot of funny stories.
Oh, okay.
Most memorables, I would say. When I was first starting, I remember when I met Willie Nelson the first time.
Oh,
Right? He's like
How cool is
our
that?
icon. It was cool. He's very calm. He's such like a grandpa. He has grandpa vibes, 100%.
Right?
He wants to welcome you in. It was on the bus and just tell you, the crazy thing that happened to him that day or whatever it is. And that was just like, oh my gosh, like, don't say anything. Don't embarrass yourself. Like, just go up there and shake his hand. Hi, Mr. Nelson. He's like, please just call me Willie. Like,
he's such a talented soul.
such a talented soul.
Yeah, and he's still singing.
He,
in his
still
90s.
on the road. I know. I think that's his life, and to the end of life, he's going to be on the road touring. That was one of the cool ones. I met Billy Bob Thornton one time.
Oh,
I thought he was
that's
gonna
cool
have
too.
that. Yeah, I thought he was going to have that.
Because he can sing and act.
Yeah, he's a great singer. And he's so nice. He is the nicest man.
Oh, wow. Is he as tall as
No,
what
he's
it...
short. He's a shorter guy. He's
I would never have guessed that.
Yeah.
Because he
He's
does
like
look tall.
a little taller than you
Okay.
without heels on.
Wow.
And so I was wearing flats, I think sandals that day, and I was like, okay, cool. So I don't have to like hunch down or nothing, but he's not 6'1" like they probably make him look on the movies, movie magic, but so nice. Like, but he looks like the kind of guy who rolls his own cigarettes, like wears a leather jacket a lot.
Yeah.
Right. But he's shooting a film here in Fort Worth. He's actually been seen at Joe T. Garcia's last week, and he's around here.
Oh, that's so cool. Okay, so I've never heard him sing, but I did know he was a singer as well.
Yeah, his band's the Box Masters.
Okay.
Box Masters. Are they going to be playing anytime soon?
I don't know, because he's filming his movie right now, or a movie, one of the many. But when he played, they opened for ZZ Top. So it's that kind of music.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I didn't think it was country.
No, more on the rock side.
I love it. I
Ball,
could see him doing that.
Yeah. Oh, so good.
You'll have to let me know if they decide to pop in there.
Of course. I bring Angela all the time.
I know.
She brings all her plus ones and
Right.
everyone else. I'm like, bring them on.
Yeah.
Well, you've got her right in the center stage, right? I mean, right there, right so close. And so when we
Best
do
seats
those
in the house, baby.
they're the best seats in the house. I'm
They
like,
really are.
you got the hookup, Angela.
Well,
Yes.
we have a long time. We're basically family, long time known.
Yes.
Absolutely.
yes.
It's all about building relationships.
And you're the only one I know that actually wants to come out past 10.
Really?
a lot of people
Yeah,
are like, "Oh,
Angela
that's
is a
too
night
late."
owl. I'm going to tell you that. So many times we've gone on vacation together. She's like, "Oh, but we got to go to Billy Bob's at 10:30 or whatever."
Right.
It always seems to go. We always seem to
Yeah,
go
I
the
don't
night
get home
before
till-
we go in the
I
airport the
know.
next morning.
I don't get home till 12:30, and then we got to be, at the airport at 3. I mean,
I remember that.
Before
episode.
does not
I remember
sleep,
that
but
episode,
she
season
just-
1.
yeah.
Yes, I remember y'all talking about that.
Yes,
Yep, she'll
we've
take
done
you.
that many times.
It's like, dang it, we did it again.
Right? We do it so many times, but it's a lot of fun.
Billy
But I
Bob's-
love Billy Bob's.
And
It's
Billy
cool.
Bob's open during the day. That's another thing. People don't realize that we serve lunch. Our restaurant's open. So
Oh, I didn't know that.
If you're the kind of person who likes want to maybe bring your visitors out of town, or maybe you've got kids that want to run around and
Just
burn
to
out
check
some
it
energy,
out.
come during the day, because you can have lunch, do all that, see all the things from the 42 years of Billy Bob's history all on the walls, and have a little bit slower paced experience, but still a good one and a
Yeah.
memorable one for a
Yeah,
family.
and they have the gift shop.
Have a great
so
gift shop.
there's a ton of tourists, I would think, that would come during the summer, right, with
Oh,
kids
yeah.
and stuff, because
Oh,
it
yeah.
is family oriented.
Last week I spoke to
kid-friendly.
this Polish family. They came through and they were like, "We're trying to buy a cowboy hat," and I was like, right here. We sell them. You know, you don't have to come with your own. We'll sell you one. You know, got them. So they were like, oh, yay. So they go get hats, and is there anywhere to eat? And we're like, right down over here. And they go down and eat food.
Oh, that's so
and,
cool.
yeah, have a good
Okay,
time.
so explain to me the handprints that are in the cement that are all over the walls.
It's like our own version of like the Hollywood Walk of Stars, Walk of Fame.
Okay.
It's our version of that. It's like our handprint Hall of Fame. How about that? And that's really what we call it. We have little stories on every handprint, who it is, maybe some fun fact. If you go to Tanya Tucker's, there's little paw prints.
Oh,
she had her puppy with her. She was putting her handprints in. There's some photos too where she put her little puppy paws in there too, because he was there whenever she was doing that. It's just, there isn't really a method like, oh, you have to play here 5 times or anything like that.
Okay.
It really is more of the setting. Like, do you have a lot of things going on before you get on stage? You might not have time to stop and do that. You might have fan club meet and greets, or, you know, radio interviews or anything like that. So depending on the schedule, especially when people are making big splashes in their career, we want to go ahead and grab them before they outgrow Billy Bob's. So we'll put their handprints in cement.
Oh,
so
that's so cool.
Depends on who's coming and what the
Okay,
vibe
so do you
is.
have Johnny Cash?
We do have Johnny Cash.
Oh, I love it.
It's so funny too. When you come to visit, because I know you're going to come soon.
Yes.
You'll see Johnny Cash, pristine condition. You'll see his handprints in the cement. You'll see some other ones that look like they probably need a little touch up. And I don't know what it was. Like, maybe they just decided this concrete's cheaper than this concrete. There's
Right.
some that you can visibly tell need a little bit of help. Like, can we redo those? But some of them you can't. They're passed on,
Yeah.
or, you know, they don't play music anymore, or they don't go by that name anymore. You know, and they're just like, no, thank you. But so we try to repair those, because you can repair them with
It's
concrete.
like you got a museum of handprints.
It's really cool.
It is cool.
And there's
Yeah.
always new ones.
But if
And a
you're
lot of
not
them have
from this
kisses on them.
area, well, if you're not from
Oh,
this
yeah.
area and you're a tourist, I mean, yeah, you don't really know like what you're looking at
Yeah.
until somebody explains it to you.
Well, and luckily our staff member, the first person you see other than the ticket people, will direct you down there. She's got a legend. She's got a legend that says, hey, are you looking for Tanya Tucker? She's right here, right to the right.
Oh,
or,
that's cool.
You know, whatever. We have a small little area too. It's a photo op for what looks similar to what it looks like backstage. Because backstage is the elusive, like, what goes on back there, you know?
Right.
Rarely do people get to go back there, and if it is, it's for a specific reason, like a meet and greet, or you're my friend and I brought Angela back there, or whatever.
yeah, I love the meet and greets.
Yeah,
Because you get
so-
to actually meet your singer, your favorite singer.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? I think
And they are normal people.
They're normal people. They're not like where people say, don't meet your heroes. You could actually meet these people, and they're actually really normal. They were wearing sweats before they were wearing their pants on stage. You know what I mean? Like, they are chill. Most of them are very chill. Some people have met plenty of people, and they don't meet anyone anymore, but that's okay, because then they go out there and just kill it on the show.
Yeah.
And you're just like, I feel like she was looking at me, you know? He was looking right at me, you know, so.
Yeah, like Pat Green. I love him.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
He's a friend of the club. He comes
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who's your favorite like entertainer that you get excited about every time they come in there?
You know,
Give a few, I'm sure.
I have a few, yeah. So I'm a Josh Weathers fan. We know
Yeah.
oh,
this.
I love him
Josh
too.
is coming in March 22nd. I really like when we do the diverse things, you know, like when we do stuff that's different. That's my favorite. I really love when Turnpike comes, because they just know how to really entertain. They know that they still have it, and they went on a hiatus, and then they came back, and Billy Bob's was their place of choice. Like, they
Okay.
really wanted to perform here, even though they're from Oklahoma. Billy Bob's is a staple to them. Same thing with Midland. Those guys freaking kill
Oh my
every
gosh.
time they go on stage. And they love Billy Bob's. They have a passion for Billy Bob's. Like, they've mentioned Billy Bob's in one of their recent songs.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's got a line in there.
Oh, that's cool.
And then in another video, they have like shots from when they were playing games in our arcade that is for kids, but all ages, right? So they're playing games there in Billy Bob's before their shows, and you know, things like that always just make me excited about them.
I love that. Oh, I like the locals that come too.
Oh yeah. And my other favorite, I would say, is Los Lonely Boys when they come.
Okay.
Okay.
Hispanic, Latina culture.
Yeah.
They play music for English and Spanish, and love it. Like, just love being able to promote their shows. So excited that they're coming again this year. So
That's
that'd probably
awesome.
be my favorites.
Fun.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I remember Angela and I went last year, and it was a young singer, and he looked like Elvis. He had the moves of Elvis.
Oh, Drake Milligan.
yes,
Drake
and
Milligan.
he's from Mansfield.
Yes,
was that?
he's from here.
Yeah. He was there New Year's Eve.
He was there New Year's
actually.
Eve. He's already performed 3 times, and his parents are really nice. They're still really involved, which is so cute, because I remember that for Johnny Cooper too. Like, his parents were super involved, but they're helping make sure that he like kind of follows the right path.
Yeah.
And that's just so wholesome and heartwarming. I just love that. And they're so nice. They're so nice. They're not like, oh, our son's the artist. Like, none of that. They're
Yeah.
like,
They
hey,
seem very genuine.
I'm Jim. Can I help you with anything you need? And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so great. Drake Milligan, he's on fire. He's going to take off and be past Billy
I
Bob's
believe
Friday.
so, yeah.
Yeah.
He's crushing it.
Is
Yeah.
he already set up to come back again?
I think so. Probably next year, though. He's gotten so popular. He's everywhere. He's got music videos. He's doing
Well,
all
he's
these
got those
collabs.
Elvis moves.
He does. And he's young and he's so sweet.
Oh,
too.
he's adorable.
Yes,
He's
he's so
very
sweet.
pretty to look at.
Yeah. we met him, and he just is so, like, courteous, has manners, very sweet and polite, and
Yeah.
it's just like, I love a guy like that.
Yeah.
So we're happy to have him in as much as he would love to play Billy
Yeah,
Bob's.
he was awesome. He's awesome.
I love that. Any upcoming people that that we should take a look at?
Well, you for sure should check out, if you haven't yet, Ashley McBride.
Okay.
She's got a few songs that are kind of like, I feel like with women singers, they're expecting you to sing about heartbreak or how much in love you are, about how much of this you love and how much this you hate, or you cheated on me. You're expecting that from, but she covers everything that's like the real situations.
Yeah.
She's got one song, it's called Radio Land. It talks about how when she was younger, she had the radio playing in her kitchen. And I touches me because I remember my dad used to always play music for us. It would be Sunday clean time, put the music on, we were playing, and it's just, and it'd be a variety of things. The Eagles,
it
whatever.
just helps me. It inspires me.
Me too.
It motivates me. I get more done when I'm listening to music.
Me too. So she has a song that's about that. She is like, how we lived in Radio Land, how Casey Kasem used to give us the countdown,
yeah.
Things like that. So I was just like, yeah, this chick's cool. And then I got to see her again at Billy Bob's, and she's crushed. I mean, she's got vocals. They're amazing.
Oh, I love
and
it.
she's just such a down-to-earth girl, and I just love that about her. And speaking of, when you had another guest previous on one of your other episodes, he was talking about letting his gray hair grow out. She has this gray streak that, like, she's rocking it. Like, I wish my grays would grow in unison.
Right.
I would be rocking it just like
Yeah.
Ashley McBride.
Embrace those grays.
I would, but they're not. They're like herding cats, and I'm not going to do that. But she rocks it really well, too. So just a woman who's, like, super confident in her own skin and her own self. I just can appreciate that 100% all day. So Ashley McBride, you should check her out for sure. Yes, she's a cool girl. I mean, Lainey Wilson came. She was amazing, too.
That was so good.
She's on fire as well.
She was so good.
So good. And she can roll with whatever happens, right? The power went out
Oh,
for a
yeah,
minute.
the power
Remember
went
that?
out.
Yeah. Power goes out for a minute.
We didn't even notice when she started singing again.
It was
we didn't
less
even
than 10
notice.
minutes. Yeah, she just starts. It was kind of like almost like in between the songs. So people didn't even notice, but some people did. And I was already there. I was ready. I was like, hang on one second. They're, whatever it is, look at it. And then it was back on before anyone could really start to complain. But yeah, and she crushed it.
Yeah,
so I'm
she
hoping
did.
she comes back very soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
So
she's huge.
The ladies are the ones I want you to pay attention to.
Yeah, no,
Those
absolutely.
Spitfires, man. They're just on fire.
I love supporting women.
Me too.
Strong women.
Yeah. Yeah. Billy Bob's, music in general is a male and dominated industry.
It is.
So the fact that, there's like little old me making my way and then I feel for those ones who are the singers making their way. Get out of the way, men.
Well, I love your story, how you started off selling tickets and now you're doing marketing and you're making a lot of difference in Billy Bob's.
It's fun.
And I'd love to. I can't wait to see what you're going to be doing in the future.
All my friends are like, "Is it Amanda Bob's yet?" And I'm like,
Right. This close. She will be running the whole show eventually. Let me just tell you that.
Well, I'll tell you, 16 years did fly by really fast.
Well, I remember when you graduated from high school and you were like, I don't really want to do college. So you just kind of worked.
Yep.
And then I was like, that's fine. College isn't for everyone. Like I'm not the one to push you onto college because I went a year and the whole year I played. And then I went to hair school. So, I totally get it. But then by the time you were older, you decided, I'm going to go back and I'm going to get this done and I'm going to do it. And you were so intentional about it.
Yes.
So you got it done, and then you decided, okay, now I know really what I want to do, and you tailored it down.
And what did you get a degree in?
I got my degree in business administration and marketing.
Okay.
And just like you said,
Not an easy degree.
It's a lot of math,
A lot of math.
which is not my strong suit, but we made it. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready after high school. I needed a break. I was in honors. I did all that. I graduated in the top 5% of our class. So I was good in school, but I needed a break. And you're right. I think I was out of school for maybe, 2 weeks, and I found a full-time job. I got really lucky, and and kind of grew up there in management. Like I started from the bottom, I went all the way up to managing my own office. So over the years, worked and learned, and I would ask my mentors, who I was very lucky to have, about these situations, or how should I handle this, and how can I stay diplomatic. So I learned all those things about being a well-rounded person for business, you know, over the years.
I think it just takes you to the next level.
It really does.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing people now who go get their degrees right out of high school, or go get a certification in something, or, you know, anything. And then they're having struggles finding jobs because they don't have the experience. And it's something that I worried about back when I was doing it. And so I was like, you know what, I'm just going to work. I worked up to 3 jobs at one time. Some of it was to stay busy. Some of it was just to make ends meet, just because, you know, I was still a minimum wage person in all those jobs. But you're right. Then I decided, you know what? Okay, I'm secure in my work. I can pay my bills. I'm doing my thing. Let's go get a degree. Why not? Why? It was really kind of just a goal of my own.
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't need it for my job. I didn't need it to get to the next step in my mind. But I really started to figure out what I liked. So went kind of really, okay, I'm going on this path. I know I like this path. Let's go on this path. Let's finish this.
Right. I think it's your own journey.
Yeah, I did it.
Everybody has their own journey, and I just, you know, I did something similar as well.
Yeah.
I went to hair school first, and then later I went and got a college degree, and it took me 10 years.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I was really determined, you know what, just do it. There were times where
Right.
I was like, oh, gosh, I could not open another book and read about whatever.
You gotta have the passion to learn as well.
I had the
and you were
passion
just
to
climbing
learn.
the climbing the
Yeah.
ladder.
Yeah.
As
so-
I
well.
love to learn. I read books
Yeah.
all the time
do
about
too.
different stuff, but there is nothing in me that wants to go finish a degree.
See, and I
in
could be a
school.
professional. I could
That's
go back
okay.
to school and
I'm
be a
not doing it.
professional, you know, student,
Something,
because
yeah.
I love to learn.
I could
Oh,
go
me
hang out on
too.
campus.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
But see, I can't
But I'm
do
not.
it on
I'm
my
going to
own.
do the work. I'm not going to
I
do the work.
can't do it on my own. I have to get
Yeah.
motivated in a classroom and then be
Yep.
stimulated by other people. I have to be forced to do things.
Yeah, and that was the difference too. Is like I was going through 2020 during the pandemic shutdown, where you had to be online, which I was already taking some online just because I was
Yeah.
still working. But when I got the chance to go in person, I was like, I'm getting so much more out of this. I'm getting
Right.
conversation with people.
Yeah.
You really
Yes.
got to be self-disciplined to do
Yeah.
things online.
I could have never
to
done
educate
that.
on.
Could not be.
No.
That
I
is
could
the
never have done
understatement
that.
of the world, because the discipline, you have to really be like, I'm going to spend 1 hour studying or 2 hours studying because I have a test and I have to take it. I'm going to take the test early, because if not, if I wait till Sunday night, what if the internet goes out? What if there's a power outage with AT&T?
Right.
Or whatever, you know.
Right, which we just recently had.
Yeah. So, yeah, I had to be really disciplined. I had to really practice that, because there were a lot of times where I was at my own home and I was like, do I want to? Can I afford the bad grade? No, I can't.
Right.
You know. So.
Oh yeah.
And I
In
love
the back of my
learning,
mind,
too.
I'm like, well, if I don't pass it, can I get a D? You know.
I really loved being like, I feel like I knew something more than everyone else, like when I was
Right.
learning in school. And so they're like, hey, did you know about this? And they're like, what? And
But
I'm
there's
like, "Let me teach
some
you."
kind of stimulation that comes with learning. I mean,
sure.
anything, whether you're reading a book or you're going to class, there's some kind of stimulation.
Oh, yeah.
At least inside of me that
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah.
When I graduated
Run with the knowledge.
last August of 23. And I was like, what do I do now? Like, now I just have work. Like, I felt like I was like, a chunk of my life was missing now, even though it was completed. You know, my goal, I had a goal, I went and did it.
Right.
And I was excited for it.
And it's so
I
much
was
fun
like,
to achieve your
now
goals.
what? Yeah. Now what do I do?
And you were already kind of doing marketing
I was
anyway.
already doing marketing.
So it was just the next step to like be in that role.
I got
like,
really lucky. Our former director, she was going off to grow her family. She was dedicated to doing that. Props to her on that. So she did. She left in December, and like a week later, my boss was like, "What do you think?" And I'm like, "What do I think? I don't know." He was like, "Are you interested?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, that's what I went to school for." And he was like, "Come, let's talk a little bit more about it." And then here we are. So
yeah.
it worked out.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, thank
okay,
you.
so do you think you'll keep climbing the ladder and get your master's?
If my dad pays for it, yeah. That's
Right,
what
'cause it's
that's
so
our deal.
expensive.
Yeah, that's our deal. I was like, I'm paying for the other 4 years. You let me know if you want to pay for the rest.
Yeah,
And then
well,
I'll
they
do it.
say that if in a master's program, if you can make 3 times more than what you've paid for a master's program, then you
it's
should
worth
go
it.
ahead and do
Yeah.
it.
I'll do the calculations later.
Right. So if it's like 30, 40,000, you've got to be making
Yeah.
at least 120,000.
Exactly.
But in the
Oh my
program
gosh.
that I wanted to do, it was already at 96,000,
Yeah.
and there was no way I was going to make,
You're like-
300,000.
That's okay. I won't go.
Yeah. I was
Yeah,
like,
I'll
ooh.
read more books.
Right.
Which I do. I take all kinds of wisdom from the mentors in marketing that I've learned and have, and like Pam Minnick's one of them. And she's one of our owners of Billy Bob's. And she was the VP of marketing. And she's like, go to this conference, go to this, read this book. And so I do. I read all that stuff. I go to everything she says because genius of marketing.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you, how do you get your marketing strategies?
Creativity, really,
Right.
you know, and I try to get into the shoes of the consumer. Like, what would I like to see? What things am I seeing that are trending that are going to be lasting trends? Because things, you know, trends are meant to come and go away or come back again in 20 years, like bell bottoms. But I'm just like, what has longevity?
Right.
What idea feels genuine, like to Billy Bob's from a person? There's AI now. There's a lot of automated things in the world to make our lives more convenient, and you know, it's for convenience and give us more
Right.
efficiency. But they don't always portray the personality of what
Right.
you're trying to give.
Yeah.
You know, and so I think marketing, a lot of marketers kind of just get stuck in the, let me just schedule this, let me just get this done, you know, because you can burn out of creativity really easily. So my wisdom, little tidbit is go on vacations. Disconnect, learn to disconnect, because you need to recharge your creativity, listen to some ocean waves or whatever.
Oh my gosh,
come
we get the
back.
best ideas when we are on vacation.
Exactly. And then you
too.
like come back and you're like recharge. But if you are the kind of person like me, I'm guilty of this. I take my laptop with me when I'm going on vacation. Like I might have to work. No, don't do that. Because otherwise you end up working more than recharging, and that recharging is essential for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as like my strategies, I think about that. I look at the past and see what did we do already, and did it even work, and how can I spin that to make it more youthful, because I'm trying to get those young people to grow up
That's
with
exactly
Billy Bob's.
it. You're dealing with all different age categories.
Yeah.
You're dealing with the younger age category. You're dealing with the millennials. You're dealing with,
Yeah.
all these different age
The
categories.
boomers.
Yeah, I think you have to be
Right.
patient for the generations, because some of them are just, oh my gosh, I have to do everything right now. You know, the young generation, I feel like is like that. But we're always competing for your attention for things. So how can I make it so where it kind of crosses all the generations and still captures attention?
Right.
Or you might take a screenshot, look back later, or you might click on that button now, or you might call your friend and say, hey, we're going to the show. I already bought his tickets, you know, or whatever. What kind of a message can I send out that's going to be cross-generational?
Right. So
And
not only are you doing like promotions on radio stations, and you're doing nonprofit organizations. I know you do children's charities.
Yep.
There's so many different things that
host.
you're collaborating in the community.
100%. We get so many donation requests. And I take it as a compliment, because people want just something as easy as sending them certificates so that they could put in an auction package and help raise funds for the various
Right.
things in the community.
Like silent auction or live auctions.
Live auctions, or even like gift baskets for donors or whatever. So I send them out like candy, because in my mind, I'm thinking, one, it costs me nothing to fill this out for you, send it to you so you can use it to promote, especially if it's in a great a way, like an organization who's raising funds for the community,
Right,
community-driven,
absolutely.
children-driven, whatever.
Well, it's building relationships, and then
For
it's like
sure.
we help you, you help us,
Yeah.
and it just gets bigger and bigger.
Yeah, and then I'm like, okay, you've won the package or you've won the auction. Now you're coming to Billy Bob's.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to get you back in here so you can have a great experience, and then
Right.
tell your friends,
Right.
and tell your other friends who might also have charities or anything.
And it's like a walking advertisement.
It really
It's like
is.
having great hair.
It really is. Part the
Speaking
business
of that,
card.
speaking of that, we're going to talk about products now.
Yes.
Yeah, I could talk all day about Billy
What
Bob's.
did you? Yes. What did you bring today, Miss
I
Amanda?
brought my recommended, this is Schwarzkopf. I've been practicing that name.
Yes.
It's the Fiber Clinics spray.
Spray leave-in.
You leave it in. Yeah, and so this beautiful hairdo, if I don't have to fix it, is my favorite day, first of all. But when I do, I don't like a lot of texture feel in my hair. This doesn't leave any kind of residue.
Yeah.
Like it literally feels like I just double conditioned instead of
Yeah.
just spraying this on. Helps get tangles out without pulling out my hair. I used to feel like I was seeing a lot of hair falling out in my brushes. I don't really see that with this.
That's awesome.
And it's good for color hair, which, yeah, I color it.
Yeah.
Well, you've got beautiful hair, so
Yeah.
Thanks, Angela. But yeah, it's good for color hair. It's an easy spray, and it smells good. Y'all were talking about
Oh, yeah.
smells on the other products.
right? It
And
entices.
I'm very sensitive to smells. Like, I don't even wear perfume because
Oh,
they
okay.
really bother me. I get headaches. But this is just like, people are like,
It's
what's
pretty
that you're
natural.
wearing? I'm like,
Yes.
hair products. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's natural. Yeah, exactly. Very light, Love it. I go through it. I wish there was a bigger bottle. They had another version that I liked too, and that one smelled good too, but it went away. And this one has taken its spot as number one.
Hopefully they'll have a bigger bottle than that eventually. That's what I'm hoping for.
I only got like a little less than half, so I might need another one.
Yeah, I got it for you, girl. Okay, so I brought, this is called a Biggie Balm, and it's a lip balm, but it's huge, and it's Crazy Rumors, bubble gum. Smell it.
You put it on all day?
Oh my gosh.
It's like my favorite.
You're just going to want to lick your lips.
It's it's my favorite. Oh, it smells so good.
Smells really good.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. And it feels like butter. Oh, like butter on your lips.
Love that.
Oh my gosh.
Butter, baby. Yeah.
Okay, so this is a fairly new product that I'm pretty interested in. And I guess I got on social media and saw Drew Barrymore, and she was talking about these supplements. And I was like, okay, what are these supplements? So she got together with Dr. Carrie Ann, and it's called Ann Mean. It's a daily routine, and it supports mood, sleep, weight loss, digestion, and hot flashes for menopause. But it's such a cute packaging.
So it's for hair and everything?
Everything. It's like one pill in one.
Yeah.
And so
is it a gummy or a pill?
It's a pill. It's a capsule.
Nice.
Yeah,
okay.
one capsule a day.
Huh.
So it's supposed to help everything. So I'm like, all right, I'm
How
going
long
to
have
try
you been
this.
taking? Oh, you haven't tried it yet?
I've just tried it this last week.
Okay, so you can't tell
it's
the difference
fairly
yet.
new. Yeah, but I was like, hey, anything to help my hot flashes, anything to get me through the day. Yeah. You know, it seems like the older I get, the more complaints I have. So
I need a supplement that keeps my hair growing without it growing thicker.
Yeah.
I think that's my problem here lately. I feel like one side is thicker than the other side.
Yeah.
Is it my part? I don't know.
I don't know. But
Well, usually it does feel like there's more hair on one side if you go that way with your hair.
I try to do it on the middle.
Yeah. If you go down the middle, it should be
But they do
even.
say that, you know, one side, like my right side, is a little weaker than my left side. So it seems like, you know, this side is a little curls a little bit different than this side, or this side's a little thicker than this side.
And then also your hair goes in a swirl. So one side goes back and one side goes forward.
Yep.
So
Absolutely.
you just have to remember that. That's why it's...
And I guess over the years with getting my hair done with you, I've learned a lot about my hair in general. And one, I don't let anyone touch it. Like, I'm like, get your dirty hands off me. You're not my hairdresser or my boyfriend. And even then, that's iffy. I'm my boyfriend. Don't touch my hair. But because the shine that my color naturally has in the hair color itself, people want to touch it. I'm like, so I'm like guarding
put your
my
germs
hair.
on my hair.
Yeah.
I've learned about like what my hair does, because people will tell me, oh, you're not supposed to wash every day. Angela's told me that even. But my hair, if I don't, it gets so oily, it kind of just overcompensates. So I'm like, well, then I take 2 more days of getting it to regulate again. So we're on a routine, me and my hair. And I've learned a lot about just listening to the body and the hair.
Well, not only are you paying for a hairdresser to do your hair, she's also educating you.
Yes.
So then you're learning
And then I
about
tell my 2
shampoo
friends.
and conditioner and how to blow dry your hair and what kind of products to put in your hair to protect your hair so it can be luscious.
Yeah, I haven't gone to sleep with my hair
and-
wet in many years, Angela. So you'd be very proud of me.
And she's educating me about music.
Yes.
And Billy Bob.
I love that.
You have to listen to
I am not musically inclined, but I love that, you know, that you have that background.
Yeah, it's awesome. We're going to get you to tell people where they can find you and connect to Billy Bob's there.
BillyBobsTexas.com has all the information of what's going on there. If you want to find me, you have to come visit me at Billy Bob's. Yeah, I'm there all the time. But I'm on social networks too. I mean, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Insta, I'm on LinkedIn. You can find me.
All right.
I only talk about Billy Bob, so.
Yes. Well,
Yes,
thank you so
absolutely.
much for joining
Yes,
us.
we really do appreciate you.
Yes.
And we've been
Thanks,
educated today.
Yes. Yeah.
I'll just keep sending you emails on who to listen to.
Right?
Right? I know. Well, I know you can sign on to Billy Bob's emails, so you can get them weekly, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anytime there's any kind of news, we'll send you an email.
Yep.
Cool.
All right. Well, thank you
guys.
so much. Well,
you.
thanks for watching us, guys. And I'm Angela.
I'm Christine.
And we'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching Haircolor Confessional. Bye.